Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuke ama reality shows ethu alla eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, siyaphinda ke futhi sikhuluma ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu alla eMzansi. If it is your first time joining me today and you really like my content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi and the notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo mangabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. You guys, today we are going to do the full review of Real Housewives of Durban, season 3 episode 8. However, today we are going to do something different because we are going to split the review into 2 parts because there's a lot to discuss. Okay, there's a lot to discuss, but don't worry, both the reviews we are going to get them today, both the parts we are going to get them today. Okay, so this episode, you guys, what was the highlight? Okay, I will say this is the highlight. However, it's not necessarily positive. Okay, but I feel like this issue, guys, I've been trying to talk about this issue since last season. I think it's a very important issue to highlight the behavior of Jojo. And I've been trying to say to people that Jojo is not behaving right, okay? And I don't think that last season that whole thing should have been let go like it was. I felt like she should have been held accountable. And had they done it last season, it wouldn't have happened this season, okay? When Portia got on in a fight, the season that she got on a fight with Kenya, she was demoted the next season to a friend of the show. We were still surprised Portia was still hired to still do the show, but she was demoted because there has to be some consequence for behaving that way. But with Jojo, there was no consequences for what she did last season, and so she still feels like she can do it this season, and we all know why she is still feeling like she can do it this season. So that scene with Jojo behaving that way for me was a highlight, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it was a positive highlight, you guys. And of course, you guys, I feel like for me, I am just like frustrated with Usane at this point because I'm like, girl, like if you are going to say something and then somebody comes and asks you if you said it, just own it and say, yes, I said it, okay? No amnesia, don't water it down. Just own it and say, yes, I said it, because it is on camera. You know, at some point during the reunion, they're going to play it back to you. So I was like, Sane, I like you, you know, and I love you for the show, but I need you to own something. I need you to own something. I feel like Usane is struggling to communicate. I think the only time that she's able to express herself is when she's being combative with somebody. But when it's a calm conversation and everybody's sitting there waiting for her to talk, she is struggling, and I don't know why, you guys, but she is, okay? But let me tell you something. I'm loving this season. I don't know about you guys, but I am loving this season. There's a lot to talk about, but I'm loving this season. So, you guys, when we are starting, of course, they are about to eat. So, they decide that they're going to pray. I think, because it's like it's 2 groups. It's Sorisha, Annie, and Slee. And Maria is somewhere in the middle. I don't know. She's not sure which group to join. And then it's Jojo, Nonku, and Rowan on the other side. No, Sane is like Kagazi. I think she's more on that group ka Jojo. Okay, because I think she's on the group ka Jojo, no Nonku, because when they were running, the fans were running to see Nonku coming with a helicopter, she ran with them. So I think she has chosen the group, and the group she's choosing is the group ka Nonku. Okay. So I think at the same time, I was trying to figure out who said they must pray, because I felt like I might have heard, because I rewinded and I'm like, I'm not really sure who is saying let's pray. I felt like Slee said let's pray, okay? And then they held hands, and then when she said let's pray, Uruwan says, who can pray for us? When Usli is already starting to pray. And then Uruwan is like, who can pray for us? No, who can you pray for us? I'm like, how Uruwan? Who said Tandas and just Usli? It was the first time I feel like Uruwan was like being messy, you know, low key being messy. Because I'm like, she's already praying. Why are you saying Noku must pray? Noku starts praying, now Usli stops praying, and then they're like, oh, okay, no, you can pray, no, you can pray. And then Usli's like, no, you can pray, okay? Listen, Usli, there's something about her where she is able to handle herself in a calm way, you guys, even in situation where you feel like someone could be mad, okay? So she's always, between the two of them, she's always going to appear like she's the classier one. Because she's able to say, no, it's okay. But I feel like low-key Usli is messy. There are situations where I see and I'm like, she's like messy but low-key, and also wanting to appear as the classy one and all of that. Anyway, so Unonko ends up praying, okay? Everyone is like, hey, this is weird. But they should have just all of them prayed, okay? But Tandazake bad. But guys, we already know what's a name. No dinner, no lunch goes without drama when it comes to Real Housewives, okay? So Jojo decided that she wanted to have a conversation. She does say that it might be a conversation that she should have had with any privately, but she feels like this is something that has been going around with all of the women when it comes to everybody talking about head drinking, okay? Let me tell you what I believe is happening with Jojo. Jojo has always said that she's not really a drinker, you know, and even when they're at events, she always asks for water instead of, you know, alcohol. But I think that maybe she's just feeling like, anyway, she is an adult, you guys. She's just feeling like she wants to experiment a bit and drink a little bit here and there with alcohol. And I think it's something new to the group. So if it's something new that she is drinking, everybody is going to see it and everybody is going to mention it. And I think that's what is happening. They're not necessarily saying Ugotu Jojo is a drunk, but they're mentioning it because I think also another thing is that she's spending more time with Unonku, who is known to drink a little bit more than the other ladies. So obviously people are going to notice, oh, so Jojo now spends more time with Unonku and she starts drinking more, you know. So now and then they mention it, and I think because possibly Jojo is drinking more than the ladies know, maybe in her private time she's drinking, she's noticing it for herself that she's drinking more. Every time people mention it, basically okay, and she feels like they're being serious, they're calling her an alcoholic. Because honestly, I haven't heard so many times when people are talking about her drinking, okay? So she's talking about Annie came in her room last episode and she said that Jojo had been drinking. Honestly, you guys, those who watched know what happened. Annie walked in and said, are you drinking? She said she was smelling alcohol. There was one bottle of alcohol open and there was another one closed. And Jojo is like, no, this one is Yuan's. It's not like Annie saw Jojo drank. No. She says she was smelling alcohol. Now Jojo was like, no, this bottle is not mine is closed. And that was it, you guys. Unless maybe they didn't show us what Annie said more about Jojo being drunk. We did not see it, okay? As the viewers, we did not. We just saw Annie saying, have you been drinking? And then it was over, you know. Annie is like, no, Jojo, you are making it to sound like it was more serious than it was. I just mentioned it because there was a smell of alcohol in your room. That was it. It's not what you think it is. And then Jojo is talking about, but this is something that has been going around with everybody, okay? Obviously, we don't know as the viewers because we haven't heard everybody talk about it. Jojo has talked about her being drunk more than the others have talked about her being drunk, okay? That's... you know, she's the one that mentioned it more than the others. So she also says that even you, Sorisha, mentioned it. Remember when they were at her event, Sorisha's event, Jojo was in Li's face like that. So when they were having a sit down afterwards with Sorisha asked her, had you been drinking? Because of the behavior that she displayed that day, had you been drinking? And they were joking, like, did you drink that day? Because honestly, your behavior. And she did say, yeah, I might have had a glass or two, you know. And that was it. Even with Sorisha, it ended. The Sorisha was like, no, but we were playing around with you when I asked you that question because I was trying to find out how come you behaved the way that you behaved. So basically that was it, you guys. And she's making it bigger than it is, okay? Granted, you guys, I still feel like they should have listen to her more to say, listen, that's not what we meant. It's not as serious as you're thinking. But I guess if your feelings are hurt, we apologize for it. I would give her that, you guys. But I feel like at the same time, people cannot apologize for something that they don't see that they did wrong. You have to wait for somebody to get to a point where they can see that maybe they hurt your feelings. You can still express that your feelings were hurt, But it's not all the time that if I say to somebody, you hurt my feelings, they're going to immediately say sorry, because some people would want to go and think about it and maybe figure things out, because sometimes a person will be like, but that's not what I meant, so I didn't hurt you because I didn't say that, you know. Jojo expected that when she said her feelings were hurt, that the other people would acknowledge that they hurt her feelings, and that is not what happened. And Jojo is spoiled, obviously, and she doesn't know how to behave in those situations, okay. She gets to a point where she is saying that she feels like Usorisha no any, they do not like her, and she does not know what the reason is for that, you guys. At that point, you guys, everything now is getting explosive, and everybody's not understanding Jojo, and nobody's apologizing to Jojo, because I think that she was expecting that they were at least going to apologize, because before she even started that conversation, she is saying, listen, you guys, I'm not coming from a mean place. I am hurt by the fact that for some reason you guys are thinking now I drink a lot. You guys, I don't even know why that would hurt your feelings, but I guess it does for her, you know. So you guys, obviously, because she's not getting the apology that she was hoping she was going to get from Annie, she's not getting the apology that she hoped she was going to get from Sorisha, that now she becomes explosive, you know, because they are trying to explain, Jojo is trying to explain, listen, I'm hurt, whether you believe it or not, I'm hurt or not, I am hurt. The others are saying, but what are you hurt about? Because we did not say anything that was that serious, okay. They get to a point where Annie says, kodwa ke Jojo, if we are being serious, you do drink, okay. You do want us to help you in presenting this thing, because you don't drink, but you actually do drink, and there is nothing wrong with that because you are an adult. I feel like that statement also escalated things, because it's like she was hoping that they were going to say, Jojo, we're sorry, you don't drink at all, we shouldn't have said that, but they're saying, no, but Jojo, you do drink. And I think that it's been a known, I don't know if I can say secret, but I think that everybody knows. Jojo always claims that she doesn't drink, but she does. But everybody was willing to just let it go because it's not a big deal. But now that they're talking about it, they're like, but Jojo, you do kind of drink, you know. So Nonkuke obviously is trying to help her friend to say, listen, you guys, she's trying to express herself, and maybe you need to listen to her because she is hurt. And it's like, yeah, she might be hurt, but that's not what I was saying. And also, she does drink, you know. She will have a drink or two when we are together and we are drinking. Because of all of that going on, you guys, Jojo decides what she has heard it. She starts screaming. She hits the table. She hits a glass at the table. Remember, Unoko is sitting on her right, okay? I don't know, you guys. I feel like she blacked out, honestly. She blacked out because I don't understand how she directed everything that she hit towards her friend, which was Unoko, you guys. There were glasses broken, izinto zichithekile laphayana, and Unonku was hit by something. She insists Unonku ukuthi she was only hit by amanzi, and amanzi got on her eye, okay. I don't trust Unonku, you guys. I do feel like, because she was red, her eye was a little bit red for some time. Even the following day when they were having a conversation with her, it still looked like something happened to her eye. I do feel like there's a possibility that she was hit by more than just water, Unonku, but she's doing everything she can to minimize the situation for Jojo's sake, okay. So everybody is like shocked now, going to how just because we are saying you had a drink or two, now you are throwing things at people. She walks out. She doesn't even take the time, because when she hits the glasses, okay, but after that there were broken glasses there, okay. So with enemies, basically. She walks out screaming at everybody, screaming at production. Usane runs after her to try and help her and calm her down. And I think Yohan at some point, Yohan was even crying at some point. He said, we didn't see her cry, but he does say that when he got to Jojo, he just didn't know how to handle the situation, and he was triggered as well, and he started crying. So hysterical, okay. Now, even Maria goes after Jojo. Now, Unoko is left there, okay? This season, honestly, with Nonku, you guys, I think the cast members, the lesson is, don't make just one friend. Don't make just one friend. You need more than just one friend, because if that friend turns on you, then you are on your own, okay? And if that friend leaves the show, then you are on your own, okay? And you're not going to be able to maintain relationships on the show now, because you are left alone. That's what is happening in this episode with Unonku. Because now Jojo walks out, she's screaming and whatever. She can't follow Jojo and support Jojo, because Jojo umshaye ngalezinto khona manje. Now she's hysterical on herself. She's trying to act like, guys, I'm okay and everything. So Risha is trying to help her, because there's nobody else to help her. Because Usli, that could have been helping her, now they are now enemies. There's no other friend for Unonku except to Sorisha. The Sorisha that she called a puppy. Didn't she call her a puppy? The puppy was the one that was helping her now to wipe the eye and everything. She's trying to say, guys, no, I'm okay. When somebody wants to cry, but they're not gonna cry because they're trying to make the situation not look like it is as serious. Jojo on the other side screaming or whatever. Usane is trying to help her, okay? Now, Maria Magdalene. This is how Maria became Maria Magdalene, okay? Umaga Jesu konje. Magdalene was not Umaga Jesu, was the other Maria. Hey, I need to go back to Sunday school. So then Maria comes now trying to help Jojo, and Usane and I was trying to help Jojo. I was like, Usane, just leave her alone. Just leave her alone, okay? Because I don't want to say what I'm going to say, okay? But I know why she was doing that. Because I do feel like Maria has this thing. Let me talk about this later on, okay? So then it's like, no, leave her alone. It's like, hi, but Usane, that Jojo is my friend too, so I'm trying to help her. But I was like, but Sane, when did you become friends with Jojo? But okay. Maybe they've bonded on the trip, because she is in that group. Usane, she's like, Jojo is my friend, I'm just trying to help her. And then Usane is like, Maria mayenza into ufuna kuba Maria Magdalene, so she became guys, I really think in this episode Usane started like she was having fun, especially in the diary sessions. She was laughing a lot, because a lot of it was funny, even though it was serious, okay? So Usane goes back to the group, you guys. By the way, you guys, that black dress that she was wearing was really nice. Usane, I didn't last week being asabu, because I was like, Aibo, Nangu Usane not black, like she wears only black, okay? The whole trip she's wearing black. I wanted color for her. Okay, but I looked at that dress. I was really looking nice with that dress. I think the hair made you just look at the hair last week, because it wasn't like all the way 100%, and also the comment that was made about her hair and makeup and stuff. So I didn't get to look at her dress. So when she was walking back from Jojo and everything, I was like, oh, she looks nice. Okay. She looks nice. Anyway, guys, just because she's wearing black doesn't mean that she's not looking nice. But I was like, you're on a trip or whatever. I was expecting that we're going to see colors and all of that. She's just wearing black, okay? She comes back to the group, okay? And then Maria is trying to help her, is trying to calm down. She's talking about the fact that this is not good for her, whatever. At no point, you guys, does Jojo just say, what have I just done? What have I just done? This is wrong, what I did. Nonku, are you okay? No. Nonku could have been stabbed by the glasses lawa I feel Elana that she threw at her, and she could have been bleeding there, Nonku, and an ambulance could have been called, and Jojo wouldn't see none of it, because she was so into herself, so into her feelings. That's all that she wanted to talk about, was how she was feeling. She can't be around these women, she is done, and whatever. And I'm like, hi bo, guys, listen, that situation triggered me so much, because people, every time I say Uguti, Jojo is one person that uses white privilege on this show. Let me be specific, white woman privilege so much on this show, that people would say, but Ntando, that is discriminating yourself when you say that. No, guys, that is white privilege. I am telling you, as a black woman, it will not be acceptable in any setting for you to behave that way. In any setting for you to behave that way. You would have been, if Mabusi was the first one to throw that drink at Jojo last season. Mabusi would not shoot anything. She will not even go to the reunion. I am telling you guys, in workplaces we deal with things like that, where when a white woman does something to you, you know, and they are being aggressive, but you know, you guys, like, aggression, we can show aggression in different ways because of different ways that we were raised. When I am aggressive as a black woman and I'm responding to you as a white woman being aggressive, it's different because I'm going to speak to you with a black woman's voice, and of course I'm going to raise my body, my posture is going to be different because I'm trying to defend myself. And you know what they do when you do that? Even in a setting when you are defending yourself, then they're like, oh my god, oh no, I didn't mean that, and then they start crying. Yes. And then the person is crying, oh my god, no, I didn't mean that. And then everybody now is looking at you like, what did you do? Did you just hit this woman, Ntando? A black woman versus white woman. Of course it's a black woman that did something wrong, you know. She is using white privilege right now. How do you throw all of those things at your friend like that and leave her like that? And then now you are the one that is crying. The production, instead of attending to Unonko, the production was attending to Jojo. And you cannot tell me, Uguti, that is not because she is a white woman. Had it been a black woman, the police would have been called. Had it been a black woman, I am telling you, we will have a court case to deal with after this show. But the production don't see anything wrong with it because of course it's a white woman that is doing it. I'm just sick of it. I'm tired. Like, I'm like done with Jojo. Like, if she leaves the show, I don't even care, you guys. I don't even care because nobody is holding Jojo accountable for her behavior, and it wouldn't happen this season had they done it last season. So I was triggered, you guys. I was telling you, don't take things personally when you watch the show. I took it personally this season because I was like, here is no good now hurt, you know. Everybody is there, production is there, they're trying to protect Jojo Pell because she's rich here now, she can sue people. Even production is scared that she's going to sue them, but she's the one that threw things at people. There was broken glass there because of her, but they were protecting her. And then you tell me that's not white privilege? You know, when do we ever behave like that, Tina, and it's acceptable? Hey, guys, I'm like done with Jojo. Like, I was like, this is it for me. Like, this is it for me. If they bring her back, like, I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Okay, they can't. Everybody didn't want to shoot with Usane because Usane said something to Londilan. How can a woman say that to another woman? How can someone say that to another woman? Why? Because she's a black woman. Okay, yes. I said it. Nobody wants to shoot with her. They're attending events. They don't want to stay at the events because Usane is there. What did Sane do? Who did Sane shoot? You know, who did Sane hit? You know, which glass did Sane throw? No glass, but nobody wants to shoot with Usane. I say, we can see it. Okay, so obviously now the dinner is, everybody's trying to say, Nonku, listen, this is your friend, but this is not acceptable. She's trying to be like, no, you guys, but she was trying to express herself. And I think in the direct session she does say the others don't like Ulokuzana, Jojo. And I'm like, Kanjani, Gotangobu was spending time with Jojo. Remember, they were talking about her eye, they were talking about the bullying or whatever. They are friends, most. Since when? Maybe Sorisha you can say, but Ru'en, I don't think that Ru'en doesn't like Jojo. Anyway, you guys, that was it. Okay, I don't know, you guys, if yes, they do speak Unonkuno with Jojo at some point, I guess, during the night, but we don't see it on camera because I was like, guys, you just did it to your friend. But I'm just wondering who approached who, because I would have expected Jojo to approach Nonko to say, I'm sorry for behaving that way. I'm sorry that I put you at in harm's way, basically, because it could have been worse. It really could have been worse, because I feel like she blacked out, all because she is spoiled and she wasn't getting what she wants. Okay, she has like last born energy, but like the worst last born that you can ever have. You know, she does something wrong and she expects that everybody's gonna feel sorry for her because now she's crying. Oh my god, I know. I'm over Jojo, guys. I am just so over it. Okay, I don't know now whether it's the following morning, it's in the middle of the night, or what's happening. But Kelvin ended up showing up in the Drakensberg. Guys, driving. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Kelvin bashada. Hey, bathatha. Hey, makoti. Oh, Kelvin babekezele emendweni. Kushuthi phela she called Kelvin crying. Oh my God, these women, they hate me. Whatever. I'm wondering if she told Kelvin a name. Uye attack abantu laphayana. I wonder if she said Kelvin shows up obviously as any good husband would do, drove all the way from Durban to the Drakensberg to get Jojo, because now she can't even drive or there. Afike ke nkosami uKelvin nkosami ke anikeza amahagi ke aqukula ikhwama ke manje kuyahanjwa ke phela manje na ke going back home. Hey yo Kelvin babekezela emendweni. Oh. Okay, fine ke. Maria just goes to speak to Jojo. Listen Jojo, listen. The behavior not acceptable. I don't know the Jojo that you displayed at that dinner, you know. Whether it's because you were mad at people or it's something that you need to figure out within you, something is not right. You need to find out what's happening. I think she was just trying to say to her, you need help. If you keep behaving this way, you need help. But the Jojo is like, no, I don't need any help. I just need to spend time away from these women. What Jojo is basically saying is that there's nothing wrong with what I did. There's nothing wrong with how I'm behaving. It's because they are triggering me to behave that way. You know, she's not even recognizing the fact that it's a problem, the fact that she keeps behaving that way. Okay, she was in people's faces last season. She threw a drink last season. She was in people's faces this season. Now she threw a drink because nobody is holding Jojo accountable, and she's still not holding herself accountable because she's still not saying sorry for anything. She's just saying no, the problem is the way that they make me feel. Okay, so obviously Kelvin had no choice now. He didn't say much. Shame, I'm sure he was upset with the production. What are you doing to my wife? My wife is upset. I'm fetching my wife. Hey, nami ngifuna ukuya ku trip ngikhale ngithi ngicela uzongilanda. Ngifuna ukubona ukuthi uzoza na. Yabona uKelvin now has set a standard for the husbands. Guys, you must go on trips nifike nikhale. Just see if he drives all the way to where you are to fetch. He'd be like, hey, yazi mina ngikhathele ngilele ngizokubona ekuseni. Anyway, ke Jojo ends up leaving the trip. She doesn't even say goodbye to everybody, guys. I had forgotten even the fact that she is a host. So when everybody finds out Jojo is no longer around, everybody's like, wait, what? She is supposed to be a host, most, you know. So she leaves, guys, which I think is the best, because she wasn't willing to take any accountability. She wasn't willing to say sorry, or we didn't hear. I'm sure uNoku uzoqamamanga athi uJojo say sorry ngashongo sorry, the way that uNoku is protecting him. Anyway, you guys, so at some point Sorisha and Nononko, they sit down just to talk. Nonko still looks like, you know, Isho like is affected. In fact, both eyes looks like, no, sorry, she looks like she's been crying, or it's the water. She was shaded. Sorry, she does look like she's been crying, but maybe it's the water that got in her eye is on. Okay, and guys, Unonku is trying to make all sort of excuses for George, because it's like, even if you say your friend was upset, but why did she throw the wine? It wasn't even throwing the wine, because it wasn't wine glass. The wines at you. What was she do? Was she trying to make sure you drink the wine through your eye? Was she make sure that you please drink all of this wine at the same time through your eye? Anyway, she's here to know, but I feel like, guys, it's not a real friendship if you can't be upset with your friend. I feel like Unonko doesn't want to be upset with you. Jojo doesn't want to be angry with you. Jojo. I can still be angry with my friend, but and still be a friend, you know. And that's what worries me. That's why I feel like Abantu are feeling like if friendship here. I feel like Usorisha said it well when she said their friendship is disproportionate. You know, kono Ntando omunye ngaphezu komunye lana, because you can't be upset with your friend. Jojo, how can you do that to me? I mean, I'm the one that was sitting next to you. You almost hurt me. What if, you really hurt my eye and I started breathing on all of that? You can be angry with your friend, and also you leave me there, and when you leave, and then I'm left alone with these women, and already they're going to be attacking you while I'm around and I'm supposed to defend. You can still be upset with your friend even though they are your friend. Unoko doesn't want to do that. She keeps on making excuses, okay? She keeps on making excuses for Jojo, but she will learn, okay? She will learn, okay? So sorry, she's just trying to make us see. Listen, Jojo, you have to admit what she did was wrong. I didn't hear Unoko saying what Jojo did was wrong. I didn't hear Unoko saying that she was hurt. She was talking about how hurt Jojo was, and I'm like, we are worse than I thought. We are in a worse place than I thought. If a woman is gonna do something like that, and you also still defend, it's like, no, I know deep down that she didn't mean to hurt me, but she did hurt you. And you can still be upset about the fact that she hurt you even though she didn't mean to, and you can still hold her accountable for doing that even though she didn't mean to, okay? She's not having it, okay? There was another thing, you guys, that I feel like we could have done without. They were going to the river to pray. They get there and whatever, waterfall. It was nice that they were showing us the scenery, okay? But once the drama starts, and in Real Housewives, we're really actually not interested in anything except the drama. So when you are showing us the scenery, yes, beautiful, yes, waterfall, yes, they are praying, we are like, no, we want to get back to the drama. So yeah, but it was nice to actually see them hike and go to the river, and they get to pray. I think Annie and Nosli are getting to know each other, but let me say this. I think I like Lentoga A. She doesn't just meet people and immediately say, you're my best friend, But I don't like that she is mean in the beginning. Like, I wouldn't be able to build a friendship with somebody that at the beginning they were just mean to me for no reason. There is a point where she says to Lee that she doesn't trust her, and that was because Jojo Nobani Nonko had told her things about her. So she had said that at the beginning. I don't think that I would be able to pass that to somebody just saying, I don't trust you, I don't know about you, because people are saying things about you. And anyway, I can't remember the exact words that she said, but I guess Usli is able to pass that and say, listen, I'm going to spend time with you and everything, and let's see if we can get to know each other. And I think that's what they were saying, and I think they had a great time, just it being the two of them without the other ladies. I like that. I like seeing that. I think they're trying to build a genuine friendship. So you guys, I think for now, for this part, I'm going to end it here, you guys, and I'm going to do part 2 in the next video. Please make sure that you don't miss it, you guys. Anyway, tell me what you think about this part of the review, you guys. I want to hear what you think about the behavior of Jojo and Nonku's response to it, and the other woman's response to it, and also maybe tell me what you think about this friendship that Usli and Annie they're trying to build, and tell me if you think it's genuine at all. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.